Welcome everyone. Today I have a new tier list guide for Zenless Zone 0. Now in this video, as you can see behind me, I have prepared some notes regarding to the S rank characters, including the limited banner character and also a variety of standard banner characters. And going through some of the viewers who tested in the beta and some of the feedbacks from various beta testings, I have come up with my own tier list. And you can see we'll be looking at different variety of comparisons between characters at launch, 3 months after launch, the versatility, and also overall ratings for different characters with different elements and also different roles of the characters, including supporting characters, attackers, and also stunners. Now I have prepared a small tier list of myself of the characters I'm planning to go for at the start of the launch as well, including some of the mechanics and also additional equipments for those characters we'll go through in this video. Now because Miho Universe games usually have a small change before the release of the game, keep in mind guys, those tier lists are still work in progress. And once we have the live data and also stats for those characters, I'll have another updated version at version 1.0. So coming over to the first character of the tier list, and this is Elin. She is an incredibly fast attacker which is super mobile and deals a lot of ice damage. And as you can see in the demonstration over here, she has some really good mobility. Together with her attacks, she is gonna be one of the strongest attackers that's available at the launch of the game. Now I'm sure you guys are not surprised about this, because she will be one of the first limited banner character. And if you guys remember with Genshin Impact, Venti was a very powerful supporting utility character. Now because Elin is going to be an ice/attacking character, her roles will be focused on dealing damage for the team. And this is actually really important to start the game and also to invest into a stronger attacker. And if you happen to get her special weapon, that is even more powerful. Now just with the character herself, I will be ranking her as one of the highest ranking in terms of S tier, and this is at the launch of the game. And knowing the MiHoYo games and also the Gacha games, usually there will be reruns and also additional characters that comes in the future that might replace this character. But knowing that she is going to be the first ice attacker, it is likely that in the future we'll be getting additional ice support and also ice anomaly characters that can complement this particular team comp. So it's likely Elin won't be falling off too soon in the future of the game, so her usability in 3 months time is still pretty high for me in terms of S rank. Now in terms of versatility, Elin does have some really fast attacks in terms of her mobility and also AoE damage, and this really allows her to be an excellent attacker for you if you plan to start the game at launch. Now combine this with her ability to go in a team comp with another ice character or maybe a S rank supporting or staggering character like Lycaon or 4-star supporting character, Elin can be very powerful at the very start of the game. And you can see there's a big difference. Because she is a limited banner character, the game developers has made her one of the strongest characters you can get at the launch of the game. But of course guys, even if you do miss out on her, there will be rerun banners in the future. So yes, the comparison is to compare the limited banner characters versus the standard banner characters. So now let's have a look at a variety of standard banner characters and how do they make their role, whether they can be on the team with Elin or whether they can make a team on themselves, including electric, fire, or different elements. Now the second character of focus is going to be Lycaon. Lycaon is going to be an ice stunner. You can see that he will be able to stagger enemies and also provide the team with a lot of utility. Lycaon is going to be a melee character that excels in not doing damage but rather supporting the team and providing the attacking units with more time and also more space once the enemy is locked into their place. Now Lycaon is going to be an ice element melee strike stunning character. And over here I do want to jump quickly over here in case you guys are not aware of how ZZZ works. So here I have a small screenshot to show you guys that in order to have synergy and also combination for additional skills and also abilities for characters in a team, you want to have characters from the same faction or characters that shares the same element. And this is quite important, and this allows characters to have additional abilities, additional damage and also buffs for the team, and of course having better team comps will make you stronger in the game. So I have these small notes for you guys if you're not aware of this. Now of course this comes back with combining Lycaon and also Elin. because both of those characters are ice characters, together they can be dealing additional damage through the team composition. And in terms of standing alone, the character Lycaon at launch, I'll rank him as an A tier character, because ice stacking support is not bad. Now in the future, it is possible there will be other characters that might replace his role, and as a standard character, as time goes, as more limited characters come to the pool, it is likely his usability will fall off. Now in terms of versatility, because he is gonna be a melee strike stunning character, it is likely that he will be more versatile combined with other team comps. And because there are going to be 4 characters from the same faction as Lycaon, it is making him more versatile in terms of coming with a team, not just with Ellen, but with other characters that are ice or coming with the same faction. So I have the links available if you guys want to check out the fractions. Because we know the characters will go with elements and also fractions, it's better to be aware of this. And of course guys, in the future, I'll make a guide with what characters goes well with what team comp. And also, we do have additional notes on what items, what set of artifacts or disk drives to go with different characters for different substats, main stats, and also combination for those characters. So I have those resources available for you guys in the links below. Now my overall rating for Lycaon as a melee stunning character will be around A rank, because he is not going to be a must-have attack character like Ellen. But if you do already have Ellen, having Lycaon on the team can make him even better. So this will be the ideal combination to go with Ellen and also Lycaon if you're starting off the game at launch and if you do happen to have both of them. But just by himself alone, an A rank overall ranking is gonna be okay for this character. And of course guys, at the second half, I'll briefly talk about which character I want to go for and my reasons for going for those characters. Now next character I'll focus is gonna be Grace. Grace is gonna be one of a kind of S-rank character that's gonna focus on melee damage, and this will focus on status damage. You can see that Grace do have rapid attacks, together with the ability to increase the damage you deal over time and also triggering more status effects. Grace is gonna be a very powerful electric character, as you can see over here. Now because Grace is gonna be an electric element piercing character, her main role is focused on dealing unlimited damage, which will focus on status damage, damage over time, and also different elements damage that is triggered by other characters and also herself. At the launch of the game, I would say that Grace will be a top tier character if you want to try a different attack role in terms of electric team composition. This will reduce the availability and also limit the choices of characters you have on the team. So the versatilities won't be that high because ideally you want another electric character that will be also powerful on the team. Grace does not require a lot of field time, so you can switch her in and also switch her out. And at the start of the game, you can consider going with Grace and also the A rank character MB to have great damage against machine monsters. And it's likely Grace becomes a more powerful character as we see additional S-rank electric characters that will be joining into the party and also into the roster. Now briefly having a look at the fractions for Grace, you can see there are 4 characters that is currently available to join her as the same faction. But because those characters will focus on different elements like fire, it is not ideal for her, so I prefer to go with another electric character to deal overall damage. And my overall rank for Grace is gonna be A rank compared to the other characters. Now I have given Grace a slightly higher rank compared to other characters just because she is the only S rank anomaly character, and this gives her overall ranking for A+ tier. Now Grace also works well with Rina, which is gonna be the next character of focus. So let's briefly have a look at Rina and also have a look at how Grace can work with Rina as 2 of the electric characters. So coming over to a demonstration of Rina. Rina is going to be a range supporting character that is going to boost the team's penetration and also together with tons of buffs and also electric damage bonus. So Rina as a supporting character is going to be one of the 5-star of S-rank supporting character that can become even more powerful as you get multiple copies of her. And she can be an incredible S-rank support if you do get her to higher duplications of this particular character. Now when I say duplications, of course I mean the constellations or the multiple copies of Rina. Now, just having one copy of Rina is good enough as a starting supporting character that is gonna be very versatile with most of the teams, because she provides buffs, damage penetration or penetration ratio, and also electric damage for the whole team. Rina's flexibility allows her to be a very powerful electric support, and this of course comes back having Grace and also Rina on the same team. At the launch of the game, I'll rank Rina as an A+ rank, and as the game goes by, if you only have one copy of her, maybe her usability will fall off in 3 months time. But if you're lucky to pull multiple copies of her, or if you guys are waiting for the maximum constellations of her, then she can go from A rank to Ace rank again, and this makes her super powerful as a wailing character. Now, because her supporting capacities is really good with multiple buffs, again with damage bonuses and also penetration, Rina is gonna be a very powerful support that I'm happy to have on most of my teams. Now, Rina is also in a faction of Victoria Housekeeping, and this means there are 3 other characters in the same faction, which allows her to have more flexibilities with team comps to unlock the character synergies, and this gives her an overall rank for me for A+ rank. Now, before we jump over to our next character with Soldier 11, which is very debatable with his ranking over here, I want to briefly summarize the characters we had a look at. We had a look at attacking character, we had a look at a melee stunning character, an anomaly character, and also a supporting character. So those are 4 different roles the characters can play in ZZZ. And this actually brings me to my second part of the video, which I have to quickly jump over to my tier list of the characters I want to target. And this is a little debatable because it is personal preference. Ideally, guys, I want to have an attacking character that is going to be S ranked, and this is why I picked Ellen over here. On my second point, you're going to see my next target attacker is going to be Nico, and she's going to be a physical attacker. Now, if I can get any of those attacking units, then I'll be looking for supporting units or units that boost me with damage. And this comes in with Lycaon, Rina, and also Grace in their respective roles, in terms of anomaly damage, stunning, and also supporting character. The 2 characters I have ranked a little lower with Koleda and also Soldier 11 do have their own reasons with regards to lower versatility, or maybe it's difficult to execute the character, which we're going to go through on the second part. And this is a brief summary of the character and also my goals of acquiring those characters as we go through the rest of the tier list. So my goal is to have a S rank attacking character that I can focus on, and then I'll be looking for a character that will be supporting them, and then finally I'll be building team synergies and also compositions according to the fractions and also elements. So coming over to Soldier 11. Now, Soldier 11 is going to be a fire attacker that is incredibly powerful and also strong if you know her mechanics. And this involves dodging, parrying, and also a lot of rhythm game that can be a little difficult for most new players. And for myself especially, because I will say I'm not the best with controlling characters. And this is why I have ranked her a little lower compared to other characters. But by no means, guys, this character was said to be one of the strongest characters if you know how to control her, and she can deal a lot of damage. And as the time goes by, as players become better with controlling characters, she can become even stronger. So coming over to our stats and also notes over here, this is why you can see a debatable ranking for this character. Soldier 11 for me at launch would be a B rank character. Now this is actually quite low, because if you look at my tier list, she's one of the last character I wanted. Because I want something that is easygoing and also that is less consuming of brain and also fingers. Soldier 11 as a high skill based character is gonna be a little difficult for me personally, and this is why I give her a little lower rank. But to most of the veteran players who knows Honkai Star Rail or Genshi and who has done incredible work with mechanics and also the versatility of the character, she can be as high as A rank plus tier. And I'm confident that in the future, as most players understand and also play more of ZZZ, she will definitely go to A or A plus rank just because of her high skill base and also the satisfaction of getting her to do more damage as you dodge and also counter attacks. Now, similar to most attacking units, Soldier 11 as attacker would require longer field time. This means that she wants to be attacking most of the time, and this will reduce her versatility compared to having other characters on the team. together with only having herself as the only faction member. So notice that she is the only one on her squad of faction. That means she cannot enjoy other team comp synergies unless she go with a fire character. And because we have limited fire characters at the start of the game, this makes her team composition and also synergies harder to complete. But with more characters coming into the game in the future, this makes her stronger. So at the launch of the game, her versatility is quite low. Now yes, she can go with a 4-star character like Ben. This will give her a tankier fire setup, but this in return will reduce her damage output, and it's not going to be the ideal setup for her to deal the most damage. So this is why, guys, my overall ranking for Soldier 11 is ranging from B rank to A+ rank. This really depends on your personal preference and also how you feel about this character as you try her and also her mechanics. Now on the opposite of the spectrum compared to Soldier 11, who is highly skill based, Neeko over here is an incredible cute and also smooth character that is also a physical attacker. She is a melee character that excels in dealing tons of damage, having great mobility, and also is super fun to play as you can see in the demonstrations. Her mobility and also her flexibility, her attack animations are incredible, and she's definitely gonna be one of my top characters. But just look at her animation, right? Who doesn't like a cute kitty girl? So this is why as a physical attacker, I want someone that is smooth, that is quick, that is, I guess, brainless and also deals a lot of damage. And this will get me the hang of the game at the launch of the game. Now I know I can be a little personal biased, so bear with me, guys. So this is the comparison. That's why I did Soldier 11 first and I did the opposite attacking character. Neeko over here is going to be a physical slash attacker. At the launch of the game, I'll be ranking her as an A+ rank. And I'm hoping and I do believe in 3 months time, with additional physical support units or physical anomaly units, she can still retain her place with an A+ rank. Now in terms of versatility, Neeko does require a long field time similar to most of the attacking units. They want to stay on the field, they want to deal more damage. And in terms of her faction, Neeko does have 3 other characters in the Cunning Hair faction, which allows her to have an easier team comp in terms of physical element, or just having someone like Billy on the team to provide her with synergies and also additional benefits. And as I mentioned earlier, because she is one of the easier to play characters that has fast animations, mobility, and also high damage, I have given her a quite high ranking in terms of S- rank. And for my preference, if I don't get Elite, I'll go with Neeko as my main of attacking units. And because of the gameplay, because of animation, and also the character design, she is on the top of my tier list. Now, final character is gonna be Koleda. Koleda here is gonna be a very interesting fire character that uses utility and also ability and also synergizes incredibly well with another fire character like Ben. And you can see the whole combinations you can Ben over here. And she is gonna be a very interesting and also unique character for this particular case. And her mechanics is something that will outshine most of the other characters if you play correctly. Now Koleda is gonna be a fire, strike, stunning character. At the launch of the game, I have given her A- rank, and I do believe with additional fire units coming into the game, especially a fire attacker, her rankings will go up higher. Now one thing that is interesting, which is going to be a positive and also minus, is that Koleda is best in slot going with Ben, the 4-star tanking fire unit. And this will limit her options to have additional units on the party. But in return, this will make one of the top S-tier synergies having those 2 characters on the party. Now in terms of the factions, Koleda does have 3 other characters that goes along of her faction, and this gives her slightly more versatility in terms of combining synergies. In terms of overall ranking, I have given her A- tier. Now this is not saying that she's a weak unit, but rather we're lacking additional units in terms of fire attackers or attacking units that goes well with her in the same party. She is a character that seems to be easy to play and also have fast animations. And together with Ben, I do believe that she can outshine most of the other characters if you play correctly with the right setup and also with the right gears. Now again, guys, if you guys do want to have a look at the gears and also choices of the weapons and also the disc drives, I'll have links available for you guys for a small reference of what items to go for those similar characters. Now, one of the reasons I have ranked Koleda a little lower is that I do prefer attacking and also offensive units at the start of the game. And going with Ben and also Koleda would be very defensive, great with synergies, but we may be missing a little bit of damage compared to Nico or compared to Ilan over here in terms of the main team. And this of course brings us to a final summary. Hopefully the video is not too long. So yes, my preference and also my tier list for the launch of the game will be going for Ellen or Nico as my attacking unit. And during this time, if I can get Rina, that'll be great for any of the team. If I can get Lycaon, likely I really want Ellen on the team. And finally, if I'm going with Soldier 11 or Koleda, then I really have to consider the way I play all the synergies and also team comps for the future banners to come. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I have tried to keep things to a bit of a minimum to not explain too many things and yet explain some of the crucial mechanics. In the future, we're looking to the best team comp for different characters together with the best choice of weapons and also the best choice of the disk drives. And also the synergies with paths and also different abilities you can combine together for the special mechanics for the game.